think it's time to blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, three, two, one, let's jam.
Well. Hey, Matt, how you doing?
How's it going? I'm doing really well today. It's going to be a really special one today. We have lots of things going on, lots of things to announce, and we've got some fabulous guests in the house. And without further ado, Grim, take us through it. Let's get into it. What are we up to today?
Oh my goodness, so much to go through. We've got some illustrious guests. We're presenting 4 of our amazing games in the roasters. And I think we should just do a quick intro for everybody. First of all, I want to say hi to our other co-host, Aero. How you doing, my friend?
You
can't hear me. The same mistake again every time. Yeah, I'm good. I'm very happy to be here. Lots of great people on the stream, lots of great people in the space. Excited to talk to these 4 games. For me, I'm going to be learning a little bit more about these games because it's been our games people in the conversations. So I'm really pleased to meet all of you guys and happy to see some familiar faces. Happy to get into it. Let's go.
Awesome.
So let's start with the first one. I'm going to do a quick intro of everybody that's on the panel today. Ghost is going to be a bit late from what he tells me, so we might see him a bit later. We got Coop, we got Scale Network, we got Slayer that's supposed to be joining us soon as well. We got Preds. And just to get you started, Coop is the marketing force in Avalanche Gaming, champion for Web3 game adoption. Let's freaking go. I love that. We got Preds.
In case you didn't know.
Yeah, in case you didn't know. Like, if you don't know, you know now. Well, Preds is our full-time gamer, content creator, GameFi advocate, empowering new players, and Warp Ambassador. Bow down. Then we got the amazing Scale Network, the modular high-speed layer 2 for seamless Web3 gaming. And for those that are coming in later, we'll do the intro later, I guess. But we got other people on the panel. I think that I'll leave the mic off to my wonderful co-host for saying hi to everyone.
Yeah, no, that wonderful co-host is absolutely desperately trying to get people up. I see Slayer on stage, but not in the space, so we can't actually hear Slayer talk until she joins the space. So I was just sending her the space link. As ever, it's exciting to have everyone around, and we've got games galore today. We've got LFG, we've got all sorts of stuff, and introducing everyone and jumping straight in it with essentially a guide to who you are and what you do is probably a good idea. Now I'm just sorting out some stuff, so. Would you, Grim, while I just perform a little bit of this sort of last-minute backdoor stuff that we need to get everyone up and running, would you take it away for the next section?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, we got Slayer on stage, so I need to do her intro as well before we actually meet and greet everyone. So Slayer is the Wolfstyle COO, community leader, and up-and-coming voice in Web3 gaming. Welcome to the party, Slayer. Nice to have you with us.
What's up, guys? Good to be here.
It's awesome. Well, let's start with everybody that on the space with us, and I want to run a little bit of on the panel. Is like because we have a lot going on, obviously, with each of you guys' projects, and we want to find out a little bit more before we get started and deep into it. To Coop, I have a ice-breaking question. What's the most underrated trend in Avalanche gaming right now? And I'm sure you can enlighten us.
Yeah, am I
Audible.
doing this right?
Yes.
You're coming through great.
Okay, great. The most underrated thing in Avalanche gaming right now would have to be the launch of Black Hole. I don't know if everyone has tied that to gaming necessarily. You know, it's a decentralized exchange, so it's mostly about trading, but they have a very big gaming focus, and you see that in the tokens that they've brought over from other chains. They're all pretty much gaming tokens coming to LP on the DEX. And I think when they open up the launch pad, I would expect that a lot of the first launches are games. And so having this high-powered DEX with a lot of TVL, a lot of activity, a lot of attention, helping some of these games on Avalanche launch a token could be pretty powerful. And I don't think everyone's connected the dots to that yet.
We certainly have, and that's why we're in talks with them right now, because they are fantastic, and yeah, we love to see what they're doing as well. So that's pretty good. But yeah, all good.
Well, let's jump to the next amazing panelist that we have here. Why not? Let's go to Pretzel. What's up with your top tip for creator trying to break it in Web3? I know you've been doing a massive amount of content, but what about new up and coming people that are approaching Web3 for the first time in this current market as well? I think you got some nice pointers to give us. Fred, are you with us?
Muted. Sorry again. Well, thank you for having me here, guys. Well, I will say one thing for gaming. Of course, you have to make it fun. I mean, it's important to have fun when you're gaming and when you're talking about gaming. Even that. Network is something that is really important. I can't stress that enough. So how do you network in Web3? Joining communities. I mean, there are several communities in Web3 that are building every day, doing game nights, doing events, workshops, so many things, activities, and especially in real life. If you enjoy Web3 and if you want to grow in Web3, going to in real life events, like for me, was a game changer, literally game changer, life changer. I have to meet people like Coop right here in person several times, several cities and countries. And it's amazing once you start nurturing those relationships and growing them, and at the same time you're growing the space, because growing relationships and growing your content, it has to go like side by side. I feel like that is the most important thing. Also, understanding the space is not easy. It's not easy. It takes several cycles to understand how the narrative goes, and sticking around with also, I would say, like on X with the lists is really important, like lists, because there is so much noise everywhere. And if you use X list, you will have the information that you need right on your door every day, on your phone, whatever. So I would say that's the most important thing if you're trying to break into Web3 as a content creator right now.
That's an amazing answer, by the way. What do you think, Aero? You approve?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a content creator, so I won't talk from that standpoint. But I think as a content consumer, just being fun is like being entertaining. That's what I want to see. Like anyone can play a game, but if you put your personality in it, if you have fun with it, it makes me think of Zyric. Just like the amount of like ridiculousness he puts into his content just makes it so much more fun for me. But yeah, it can get pretty samey if you just have video after video, trailer after trailer. You want to see people playing with these things.
Oh, yeah. I totally resonate with that. Well, going to the next person on our wonderful stage, and I know she has a lot to say about Web3 and especially the community. You know who I'm looking.
Yeah.
But let's get right to it. Slayer, what makes the gaming community stick around long term? And this is a particularly good question for Web3 communities because we have seen, the old meta, the way that people like resonated with NFTs, with cryptocurrencies, but gaming needs something different. What is your wonderful point of view on that?
I love this topic because people don't like my answer, which is, Web3, a space where the speculative, the fast, let me like change my entire life by hitting one button correctly and suddenly skyrocket myself to millions. And the answer for community is you can't speedrun it. Like the point of a community, and let me go back to like, I started streaming on Twitch during COVID, and my question I was trying to answer for myself, one, personally, as an extrovert, it was horrible being cooped up and not able to see friends. So that was my social outlet. But two, why are people spending so much time passively watching other people playing instead of playing themselves? And what I learned from the community that came and gravitated towards that was you see all the stuff online about loneliness epidemic, all this tech has not helped the average person feel more connected. Why do people gravitate towards online communities? It's because they're looking for a sense of belonging, to be with people who share their common interests, where in their real life they might not have that or might be seen as a nerd or outcast for what they like. And two, they're looking for a way to get status, right? So if you think about all the communities you've been part of that actually stick around, it's going back to basic human psychology. How do you service someone's needs so they stick around? So it's what we've seen with Wolves. We've curated a place over many years where people are providing high quality information and also a safe space to ask questions where you don't have to front and you can get honest debate and feedback. Whereas in my Twitch community, for example, it's just a place where I have put in the manual work to curate connections between people. So people come there, and to add on to Pred's point about content creation too, people aren't just coming to streams for me now, they're also coming to that as an event to hang out with each other. And to build something like that, where it's connections that people are coming back for and sense of status, take some time and take some thought, right? You can make a Discord, you can throw people in, you can throw incentives at them saying the first 1,000 people that get in get an OG badge that may or may not lead to some airdrop. If the only reason those people are there is for financial incentives, the second that dries up or they feel like it's going away, that's gone. That wasn't a community, that was a exchange of value. And once you've made the exchange, there's no reason for them to stay. A community sticks around because it's serving their needs of this is their place to go to for this information, talk about this topic, or they just feel a sense of belonging, or it's where they're starting to build a sense of status, because once someone feels like they have status in a community or a game, they're a lot more sticky because they're not going to give up all that time and that status they built up to start from scratch somewhere else.
Good answer.
Yeah, that was an amazing take.
I'm surprised then you say that people don't like your answer. Is that actually a fantastic answer?
Yeah,
I think people don't like hearing that it takes work and you can't just do it tomorrow.
Speedrunning.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
Do you think we've lost a bit of that kind of sense in Web3? Do you think it was, because I think it was different once upon a time. I think like you couldn't fast track a community, but you could rally people really strongly. I feel like everyone's too fickle to be rallied now.
But I feel like in order for you to be able to do that, you have to build first. Who's going to rally behind you if you haven't
Standard
built
is high
anything?
now.
So it takes time regardless. I mean, you can speed run a little bit, but if you build before, if you haven't built anything before, you have to start from scratch, building yourself up, building your own community or your following or your friends or whatever, and then start rallying people over.
And be competitive, because there's a lot of communities out there now.
Exactly.
So next up for our amazing question, I think it's time for Falcor. Scale Network amazing platform. But what we want to know is what's one thing most Web3 that get wrong about scaling games?
Wow, there's so many options we can choose from.
I love that because this is a very open-ended question. Let's
Might be
see what-
easier to
You want to?
might be easier to answer the opposite question.
Yeah. we got onboarding, we got UX, we got gameplay. You know, I think the biggest one is expectations for me. When you see either a new game, you know, or a new product or project that comes out that's claiming to be X, Y, and Z, right? They're claiming to be the next big thing, the similarity of this traditional Web 2 product or game, and they launch and everyone's excited, but then they actually get their hands on the product and it's not as described. And I think leveling expectations, whether you're a developer or a marketer, is super important. Now, don't get me wrong. Everyone loves hype. Everyone loves, you know, you've got to make, you still got to, put yourself in a position to shine through all of the noise, but you can't then release a product that is barely even 1% of what you've just been talking about. And I feel like we've seen that so many times, so often. It hurts the industry as a whole, and it hurts, the users and the people that have been supporting you. Oh, also, stop going under. Like, stop overhiring. Like, just, you've got runway. Live with the runway. Like,
oh man,
relax.
they don't know. They don't have runway. I mean, as a publisher, I just want games to come to us with more than 15 milliseconds of runway. You start the conversations like, okay, so what's your runway look? And it's that now. And that's how it starts. It's like, I had runway and now I don't. And please give us all the money and let us make all the same mistakes again.
They can get themselves to mainnet, and then they're hoping when they get to mainnet, then all the money's going to come in, so they don't need any more runway. So they blow all of the money prior to mainnet, and then we're good.
I think it's also, it sort of reminds me of the dilemma about what Slayer was saying. It's hard to build a community, and you've got to put a lot of effort in. And it's also, community is really key in Web3. And I think sometimes, like, games, they tend to they go too far into one or the other. Like, either they completely neglect the community side and then they come too late to it. And there's simply no one there who's going to back that game, even if they've gone quite far. Or they go completely the other way, which they spend the majority of their money essentially hampering their community, giving them free shit, trying to make these guys rich and trying to make people sort of follow this game. And then they end up with no game. So there's got to be a happy medium somewhere. But yeah.
Mic drop.
Didn't mean to dunk on anyone in the audience.
It's tough because, like, the same people that are supposed to be consuming your product are the ones that are supposed to be funding it. So you have to, there's this whole thing of trying to satisfy two completely different use cases, right? But they are both use cases: investment, game. It's tricky.
I love that.
Exactly.
And talking about that, let's get right to it. It's your time to shine, Matt, because we are talking about nodes and Warp and what is coming up in the coming weeks. Everybody's excited. I hear a lot of, like, back alley people talking about us, and so I'm getting, like, the FOMO effect coming towards us.
No, it's all good.
We got a few things to ask you. Is like, what are Warp nodes, and why are they core to the next gen gaming infrastructure? It's like, people want to understand. It's like, why nodes? Why they're changing things? What's different about these nodes than everything that's been done in the past? And I know you got the answer.
Oh yeah, I mean, essentially, people who, just to explain it to anyone who might be listening who doesn't actually know already what a node itself is. A node is something that you have in crypto when you have your own chain that helps you to decentralize your network. That means you use your computational power to make sure that our network stays up. And And that is a very simple task. But what that allows you to do is that allows you to do work. And what that allows us to do is us to reward that work without this becoming something crazy. And the reason why we want to reward people for doing work to decentralize our chain is because we believe that with our model, with what we're building, that essentially we will have the most rewarding nodes in the business. We're only minting, I think it's 3,000, right, Si? And of those, we've got like 500 reserved for studios. Now, those studios themselves will be taking essentially, I think we have 21% of the token allocated to rewarding these nodes and 20% of the revenue that comes in through all of the publishing. So what we're doing here is we're telling you that instead of betting on one game, you bet on all of the Warp games. Instead of betting on one token and one team, you bet on hundreds of tokens and teams. And we use these nodes and we use the Warp token as the distribution layer to reward people for being part of this. And what that does over time is as these rewards grow, this allows us to essentially have studios that we don't have to throw grant money to, that we can have them building on any chain, but they're actually linked to our chain. And the crazy cool benefits with this, I'm going to throw it over to Aero because he is the master crafter, architect of exactly what the nodes do.
I see him
So
with a
it'll be
wrench
good.
on in his hand. He's like, he's ready.
He is ready.
No, I think that's right. I think essentially Warp as a business is in the business of making successful games. And we're doing that with the community and predominantly the community of node validators. They are the main beneficiaries as well as the token holders of this ecosystem for making games successful. Warp supports games, publishes games, gets them users, gets them to a high quality and makes money with them. And a percentage of that revenue is channeled back into validators. So we have the token allocation aspect of rewards, but over time that will gradually be replaced and, well, augmented, replaced, and improved vastly by a really good revenue share model, which essentially just takes the traditional game publisher model and introduces a different kind, a new kind of stakeholder for the validators.
Yeah, they also have AI concierges for the network. Si, what you're going to talk about that?
Well, what they do, they have a whole bunch of other stuff. They got the, well, obviously as a publisher, we're going to be collecting a lot of data, data that we're permitted to collect, of course, but also massively useful data for people in the industry, people in the markets, Web3 markets, as well as the gaming markets.
And the games themselves.
Yeah, and the games and players. So all this stuff is going to be really valuable stuff that we're going to be sharing with our validators. As well as having our kind of AI, which at the moment is called Player 2, which is essentially going to assist you, push you, notify you according to your preferences and your behaviors and your validating status, so that you're maximizing the fun, the benefits, and kind of the rewards that can be got from the Warp ecosystem as a publisher.
I have a question. Will it play?
But also, like, the idea really on the long term is that through our exposure to a whole series of different games with different tokens, different NFTs, and investment models that we're making, we can kind of essentially develop a proper index of games for one, and the revenue of those games, but also the various different tokens that the Warp published games are going to be launching. So that, like Matt said, the Warp token represents a whole pool of an index almost of just games that are properly stewarded to success and different tokens.
Yeah, 100%. And it's also exciting to have games here. And I think you had a question, Grim.
No,
I think
I was
LFG can
just
talk about
teasing, Aero while you was telling us about the AI, because I love the way that we inceptionalize this AI. It's very innovative, and obviously I just felt like it was a humor moment, but it's definitely okay. But you know, one thing that I wanted to ask Aero is something very important, and this is what really stands out that I've noticed from other infrastructure. Is like, what drives this revenue model? Why is it sustainable? And you know, and it's not just a speculation in the way that these nodes are developed compared to, you know, what other ecosystem have done before us.
I think what's really special about creating a proper publisher ecosystem built on kind of revenue distribution, what's great about it is that Warp can abstract the speculative element away from games almost. So they could all be Web 2 games for all a Warp token or Warp validator cares. Like they could all be Web 2 as long as they're generating revenue. And so we built this team of people who are proven in making and publishing and distributing games to make, whether it's a Web 2 game or Web 3 game, successful. Maybe a aspiring Web 3 game that wants to prove they've got an economy before launching a token, or maybe wants to have NFTs but still needs to raise money. By having Warp Token as an investment vehicle and using our business as an investment vehicle, we can give any kind of game a chance in the indie space that probably wouldn't get a chance with the big massive publishers you see out there, but get a chance with us, but also allowing their players and essentially anyone to own a slice of that game and have a stake in a whole portfolio of games being successful, and have even have a part of the governance as a validator. By being a contributor as a validator as part of the ecosystem, you can then support the games that you want to succeed. You can accelerate their process alongside us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to we cannot say like enough that it's the games that are the champions, and we're here in Web3 to actually align with with our incentives with what they want to do. They want to get out there. They want to be in front of people. They want to be on the teams. They want to have the tokenomics they want to have, and we're here to facilitate that and make that happen with the best tools that we have available that we provide to those games. Essentially for free. Our entire Catalyst ecosystem, when you publish with us, you can use any of the tools, any of the fancy AI agents, which I'm sure we're going to be talking about a little bit later as well. But yeah, I see we've got a lot of games assembled, and I want to get into this. So I'm going to like 2 or 3 minutes early. I'm going to reset the room right now because I want to get into the games, and I want to say follow, retweet, share, like, repost. The maths ain't mathing. We have plenty of people up here. Repost this room, make some noise, show some emojis. I want to see people in the comments excited about this. We have Cool up on stage. We have everyone up here. We have Scale and Avalanche on the same space, my friends, because we're building games together, and we can be triangle people. We can be S people. I mean, S in a box people. Yes, we can be all of that stuff.
Well, I'm gonna ask, Falker, how do you define the people behind Scale? What is the symbol? It's not a triangle. It's not a. Is it an S in a box? Well, how do you define it? Please tell us.
I put him on the spot there.
Yeah, it was an edgy question. Falker, are you with us?
He's gone, man.
Yeah, he's probably gone to get a drink or something.
all good. But anyway, he'll learn about S getting out of the box. Maybe that's what's happening. Scale is leaving the little square. But yeah, all good. Let's rock on.
Let's talk to these games.
Let's talk to games. Bring them up. Who's up first on the agenda?
We got Lightning
Lightning Forge
games and Turbo Battle Arena on stage. We got
CZ Runs. Do we have CZ Runs up here?
Marty's with us. So I think you guys can lead the first one that you want to go over. I think.
Yeah, let's hit up.
Marty was talking about agents. I want to find out more about that.
Exactly.
Let's do it.
Yeah, easy done. So, hey everyone, my name is Marty. I'm the CEO at Lightning Forge Games. We are a blockchain and AI-powered gaming studio currently working on 3 titles. The first of which, Gladiator Mayhem, is a 2v2 hero brawler that will be going into open beta very, very soon. We're days or weeks away from that one. We will have the game next week at Gamescom, including at the Beam and Avalanche events on the Wednesday night. So if you happen to be around Cologne, Germany, please pop in, play some Gladiator Mayhem. yeah, it should be a really really fun week. Sorry, I'm still waking up. It's like 5 a.m. here in the morning here. Hence the hoodie and the energy drinks just to get going here. But yeah, probably to Grim, to sort of touch on what you're talking about there. Probably what sets LFG apart from a lot of other studios. Our studio has a very long history both in the Web3 gaming space, but also in the AI space. So when we sort of founded the studio, we wanted to go, right, how do we really use AI to create experiences that could not be created any other way? What can we do that is just different, unique, and really plays to the strengths that we had as a founding team and as a studio? And what we decided to lean into is what we call LFG agents, which are AI-powered players. LFG agents look, feel, and game just like a human. All the data is on-chain. We train them off real player data captured from every single match that you participate in the game. And our players truly do own their LFG agents in every sense of the word. You own the agent itself, that's fully on-chain. You own all of your training data that you are creating that is also on-chain. We call them codexes. You basically bundle together a bunch of replays into a codex, and you can trade those with other players if you choose, which gets really interesting when you are then able to train your agents using a mixture of your gameplay data as well as other players. It's kind of like having 2 or 3 coaches sort of training one of your heroes in Gladiator Mayhem, which is really cool. And then we took that one step further with what we call AFK and play. So if you've got heroes running around in Gladiator Mayhem, fully AI powered, why can't you participate in a tournament that's at 2 o'clock in the morning and you're asleep in the middle of the night? Why can't you register and actually have your agents play on behalf of you? With LFG agents, they play so much like you that you can't tell the difference anyway. So it's this really interesting world where you can choose to be, the star of the football team or the coach of the football team, both at the same time. It creates this incredible metagame loop where you've got AI, metagame progression, and secondary market dynamics all sort of playing together in real time in a way that we've never seen in traditional or Web3 gaming, which is just, really excited to be going into open beta in the coming weeks. We've got, tens of thousands of signups through our website at the moment. So there's definitely a very engaged community waiting for the game to drop. We're trying to get out there as quick as we can. But game dev is hard and things break. But we'll be there very, very soon.
I mean, game dev certainly is hard, and things do break. And I just think it's kind of amazing what you're doing, because I have visions of essentially you could have these agents, you replay them, and this can be something more general purpose. It can go into different games. It doesn't have to be your game. I mean, this is one of the most exciting things about this, the ability for many games to pick this up. And this is part of the reason why we're collaborating together, is because we want to bring these agents to Warp Games, so that you have the benefits of the agents that we're building, which do all of the crazy things like chatting to players and sort of feeding back into your data and all of the rest of it. And then your agents, which play the games and are more player facing and player related. And I think it's really exciting to see that we're going to have essentially potential AI customers, there is the ability now for us to actually create sort of these demi-humans with wallets, with fully online digital currency that has proof of work, and for them to engage in work, to prove that, to actually earn their keep. And then pretty soon enough, because I've been talking to companies like Motorica and stuff, it's pretty possible to give them bodies. You can already now get these AI agents, and you can put them into those those little jumpy dog toys that just go. Then they're not just programming these things to walk. They have to learn. So they're programming to learn like a real animal, and they're using this for doing things like spine implants. So I think we're only about 5 to 10 years away from Astro Boy being like a reality, like the Netflix version where everyone's walking around with actual robots who are actual people who have actual jobs and all the rest of it.
Well, Elon was saying that the kind of entry price for Optimus was going to be around 20K, didn't he?
Yeah, but he says a lot of stuff.
For like the first robot that will be mass market. I mean, if he gets anywhere close to that, that's huge.
I mean, dude, it does look like we're going to be in a sort of iRobot style future, but it's going to be a bit more like District 9 Ready Player Me dystopian hellhole at the same time. Is what
Who's
I feel
got the
like.
most robots, basically?
Who's got the most robots? He who robots wins. And then at that point, it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I think that one was set in New Zealand or Australia. So that's apparently where the apocalypse of robots
Can't
actually
wait
happens.
for that.
So if you're in Australia, beware.
Hey, if this means like the
That's
return
right.
of
The
couch
drop bears
co-op,
will stop them before any robot.
They should have made robot drop bears, right?
yeah. Just
For
waiting for
anyone
the
who doesn't
return
know
of
Australia,
good
we
couch
get that
co-op
joke.
play
Google it. It's
with
funny,
my
trust me.
robot friend.
It's great.
Doc, you will
They're
have to
dangerous.
speak on the spaces, otherwise there are other teams that hear you.
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
please
right.
don't unmute on stream.
Unmute on spaces, Doc.
Hello, friends.
Hello,
Oh,
Doc.
Here
yes.
in like
There we
3D, 5D. I mean 5D. Oh, I was making a joke about the return to couch co-op playing with my robot friend in my mom's basement, and I
love
welcome
that.
So I can run through Baldur's Gate on PS2. That was
I mean,
one of the best.
that was-
ARPGs, man.
Fantastic games, and also people don't have friends anymore. I've
No,
heard
they
that
don't.
it's harder and harder for people to have friends. Oh my god!
I have
that's
three
funny.
friends just like you, but slightly different game skills. Time split as 2.
Oh, man.
Oh,
You guys
my
going down the nostalgia lane again. And
We
I'm gonna
always
ask
go
you
down the
the
nostalgia
question.
lane.
I'm gonna ask you the question, Aero. What game, and this is I want everybody to answer in their own way. What game made you so hyped that you waited in line or you waited on the pre-sale for months before it came out? What is the game
GTA
that-
5.
Oh, there you
GTA
go.
5 definitely comes to mind.
Mm.
Yeah.
Steel Battalion.
Oh.
I couldn't wait for that one, man. I still got it's somewhere over here. Here we go. Actually,
That's
It's part of
dedication
it.
because that,
Oh my
that
God.
needs like the
I just need an
crazy
Xbox.
controls.
You need
Yeah.
to own a legendary edition to qualify to this question.
We're picking
Um,
up boxes. Okay.
Oh,
I'm really
no,
interested in this whole AI playing
Look at-
for
look at
you
the
thing,
flag.
though.
It's coming. Look at the
Oh my
flag.
Oh, wow.
god! Look at this shit.
This
Oh,
is the
man,
game.
great.
What the fuck?
Let's go.
Quake 3
What is-
Arena.
Everybody's
is
going
shocking.
deep into their office right now.
Everyone
to,
does
pull
this.
out treasures from 20
Original.
years ago.
I mean, dude, it's show and tell. This is the favorite part.
I'm really
my
tempted now.
favorite part of our streams.
Come
You're in your
on.
shed,
I know
man.
you
You're gonna go.
wanna.
Run. Oh no, not show and tell.
No one will
Uh,
recognize mine.
Oh man, what a work. You need to have the
Oh,
Frostmourne
God.
to qualify to that. You need to have the Frostmourne.
Mine is actually upstairs. I need to bring it. It's upstairs under my bed. That thing is like massive.
Oh, I
And it's heavy.
remember
He's actually got one.
Ben, if you go and get yours, I'll go and get mine.
All right, fine.
All right, let's do it.
No way. We got 2 Frostborns.
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I love this. I absolutely
Love
love
it.
this. No, it's kicking off, man. It's kicking off. Oh, seriously. But yeah, what? Tell us more about TBA, Doc. Since you came up, tell us a
Oh.
little bit more about
Hello,
what
friends.
you guys are up.
I'm Doc.
to.
I'm up here representing TBA, something that I put a lot of time into in the past. TBA is a mobile PC crossplay ready blend of all of your favorite platforming, Contra, Mario, team deathmatch sort of action. It's made to be quick, responsive,
Have you just been sat in
esports
silence?
ready, low latency, and it's really based around memes, IP injection, things like that. A lot of stuff that we worked on back in 2021. I think we were probably too far advanced for even the technology, so we worked really hard to bring it to warp here lately and breathe some life back into this. It's a lot of fun. It's actually very challenging. You got to time those jumps, grab those weapons. You could do some weird backwards spinny stuff, but it's a lot of good times, and it's skill-based wagering. So it's you purchase some eggs, you put those up, you can do some private matches, public matches. Leaderboards are in there. It's ready, and it's ready for the awesome gaming partners of Warp to put their IP in there to get a great character. Right now, all the characters are like, Elon, the Bog Brothers, Pepe. Let's see who else is in there. the ghost of John McAfee. So a lot of like really big
Man,
characters.
it was a legend.
Yeah,
Seriously,
yeah.
if anyone had like such a crazy arc as that guy, it was John McAfee. Went
One of my
from
best
respected.
friends used to live on the boat with him when he was on the Lamb.
Holy shit.
Oh, that is crazy! Like, at least he wasn't his neighbor who got shot or something. I mean, Jesus, that guy was nuts. I mean,
yeah, but TBA is great. It's in a like a limited preview. You can get it actually from the Microsoft store. It's Windows only right now. Mobile will come soon. It's infinitely streamable. It's a ton of fun. You can do 20v20 deathmatch in there. Classically styled levels. It's all retro inspired. These game devs, they initially came into the Web3 thing, I think like a lot of people do, and they're just like, here's a new promised land. And they started working from the ground up to figure out how to make the best, most fun game that's challenging. I think they ripped off some straight up Mario sprites for the early MVP. And this was one of the first articles that went on Gizmodo anti-Web3 actually, because they're like, what were these works did? Because some people from the community were like,
I haven't read
this
that,
out, you nerds.
that, that editorial for like such a long time.
Yeah. We fixed that. Put some original art in there. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's one of these things where you can play it on the train, you play it between meetings, get some crews going on. We've had some just epic battles in the past. I'm really happy that I'm the home on Warp. I'm happy to still be involved with it, and team super dedicated. We're ready to go, baby.
Awesome.
We lost you for a second, Matt. But before we get to the next one, I need to give the man flowers. I mean, he brought the freaking sword down, and I want to.
Let me see.
Genuinely, all this has done is realize how unhealthy I am. I've walked up one flight of stairs, lifted up my bed, and picked up this thing, and I'm like completely out of breath.
Lifted up your bed. It feels like you're in incredible. Look at that, guys. And if you're not watching the live stream right now, you better get on it because you are missing out. He's showing this freaking metal piece of craftsmanship. Like legend.
It's pure computer game art.
It is like, dude, that like Wrath of the Lich King trailer, I still think is the greatest cinematic trailer in gaming of all time. Like,
greatest expansion that they ever did on World of Warcraft.
Well. I would say that as well. Yeah.
I mean,
Matt
was a good trailer.
Me.
Next one I was like.
Oh, Nax was So there you go. That is Frostmourne, a massive pain in the ass that has now been lugged to 3 different homes, and my wife wants to get rid of.
What's it made of?
Metal.
It is actually
it's an actual sword. I mean, if you work at Blizzard, at least if you work at Blizzard in the World of Warcraft team, they give people swords for their anniversaries. Like, you know, some kind of companies, you get like a Harwich clock or some shit like this. Like Blizzard, they give you like this is your 10-year sword, and this is your 15-year sword. Like, I swear to God, I've seen people with like this is your like 5-year shield or whatever it is. It's pretty impressive, actually.
Wow.
Can you open it up, Grim, so that we can take a look?
1 second.
Expand Falcor's.
Let me just. There you go.
Oh, God, hello.
Wait, we'll put you up stage.
Look at that.
Look at that. That is beautiful.
My God. Like, this was back in the day when people used to buy games and get whole Halo heads. Christ on a bike. Are you even allowed to go out?
Oh my
God. You can't go out in the UK with that. It's probably super like, UK illegal.
I actually went to the police to ask about my swords the other day. They said they're fine.
Oh, that's nice. That's good to know. It's good to know.
They're fine because you
holidays to carve the turkey.
Yeah, no, I've got like 8 different swords, like a bunch from Lord of the Rings. This one, and I saw the ban come through, and I was like, "Oh fuck! I've spent like a good amount of money on my swords. Like, they're cool. They're collective props." So, and my wife was like, "You got to get rid of them." She's finally got the excuse for me to get rid of them because now they're illegal. And I was like, "All right." I was like, I'll go and ask. So I went with all of the pictures and I said, "Hey, these are movie props. They're game props. Are they okay?" And they went, "Yeah, you're fine." So
That's
Nice.
awesome.
I get
Well,
that.
if the worst
Shut up,
ever
wife.
comes to the worst, the worst ever comes to the worst, you've almost got enough to make a sort of, not maybe a throne of swords, but maybe like a footstool of swords. As you could turn it into some furniture.
You are not
You know,
wrong.
a Game of Thrones style. Exactly. Just need a few more, and then you'd be like, "Look, I got rid of the swords, and now look, there's our comfy armchair. Keep the children away from it."
Yes.
I'll be looking out for you on the news, Falcor.
Oh, God, please don't. No, don't, man, because I ordered one. No joke. All right, so small little story time, right? I ordered one like in 2021, just from this really dodgy shop, like online. And bro, I got a letter from Border Force
Oh no, your sword has been.
saying you have tried to import an illegal samurai sword, which was just some Lord of the Rings prop sword. And they said, if you try and buy any other weaponry, you will be going to prison and up to a £50,000 fine. I'm still on the list.
Seriously.
Better get them local then.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Even then.
I mean, you should just mine your own iron and then spend the next 25 years perfecting the craft.
That would be cool
Hammering swords.
to be able to like use a forge and that would be a pretty cool skill, I think.
Yeah, that would be fun. It is also one of my favorite parts of Dragon Quest XI. You get a mini forge, and then you can go and actually make your weapons. It's pretty sweet.
I actually have a book.
Cool. Talking about
Yeah, let's
all
go
of
to.
that.
Have
We've
you
got to
spoken to
CZ
CZ Runs? Yeah,
We
let's
have
go.
not. And we were talking about memes and everything, and now is their time to shine. CZ Runs, do we have you in his house? Are you up?
Hey guys, nice to be here. Thanks for organizing this exchange. It's been quite fun.
Welcome.
Nice to be here. I'm the founder and CEO of CZ Runs. Basically, we've been working for like 14 months now, I think 15 months. Kind of working on this like meme-tainment is kind of what we're playing with. A lot of animations, memes. We've got a catalog of different games. We started it out basically when CZ was in prison. We started out with some animations of him like starting to build his clan in prison and run for president, going up against Biden and Trump at the time, and started just working on some different game ideas, and we came out with Endless Runner. So basically we've got CZ in a jumpsuit, kind of a Subway Surfer type of game. Basically brought a bunch of the characters in that were running for office. We've got Trump in there, of course. We've got Elon. We've got Pavel Durov, quite a few other characters, a lot of AI agent co-pilots in there as well, which we're excited to team up with Warp. Known Matthew for many years, being in the gaming space, and looking forward to working with Warp and seeing what we can do. But CZ Runs is kind of clicking along. We've got some great partners. We just went live online in Asia, which is one of the largest messaging apps in Asia with like 400 million users, out of Japan and South Korea. Working with BNB Chain. We just went live with Sonium, CoreDAO, or good friends and partners, ChainGPT, and now with Warp. So we're looking forward to working with hopefully some cross-pollination here. It sounds like we're all experimenting with AI more and agents and live ops. So all good. CZ Runs right now, we're basically teetering around the top 50 games in DApp Radar, and a top 100 Web3 project at this point. So we're kind of starting to scale the game, starting to bring more games on, but we're basically in stealth mode for the next project that we're doing, which is a SocialFi like entertainment OS operating system. Focus really on digital ownership and try and take everything we learned from CZ Runs and some of the AI breakouts to kind of fuel the next chapter of what we're up to. So excited to be here, excited to work with you guys at Warp and seeing what we can all potentially do together and collaborate. We'll be at Gamescom as well, so love to meet anybody that's going to be on the the show floor or any of the events, we'll be there.
Yeah, so we actually have quite a few people who are going to be at Gamescom. So we have LFG is going to be there, and we've got something actually cooking with LFG on the floor of Gamescom. So I don't know, Marty, if you want to announce that, and that's actually going to be on the Avalanche booth as well. So if Cooper's around somewhere, did he go? Do we have him?
I think
He's
we
got
lost him.
We lost Coop.
Yeah, he probably dropped off.
We lost Coop. But it's all good because we have premium access to the Avalanche booth, don't we, Marty? For the big thing. Please announce.
So I'm still just waking up. I'm checking what we're allowed to talk about so far.
Well, I don't know what you're allowed to talk about either, so I didn't want to talk about it.
We
for
want
you.
the alpha.
All right. Well, this is one of those, like, if Cooper was here, I'd get his blessing, but we'll just have to, ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Exactly.
But yeah, so obviously, a lot of people here are going to be at Gamescom. Personally, not really looking forward to the 26 hours of travel to get there. I'm pretty sure Germany is literally on the opposite side of the planet for us, but you do what you do. But yeah, if you check out the Warp Twitter and the LFG Twitter right now, you'll see that at the Avalanche and Beam event on the Wednesday night at Gamescom, obviously we'll be there. Gladiator Mayhem will be fully playable. We're going to run a little tournament, and the prize in that tournament, or one of the prizes, but the biggest prize by far, will be a warp node.
Yeah. It's going to be good.
It's going to be good. That's huge. That's obviously going to be, there'll be. I mean, that event books out every single year. Like the one last year was insane. Like you couldn't move. Hopefully not quite that bad this year. But yeah, like it's going to be. There'll be hundreds of people there. Obviously playing Gladiator Mayhem. I'll make sure. Obviously, we're explaining what warp nodes are and all that sort of stuff there too. But that absolutely. Could not be more excited to be introducing Warp to the LFG and the growing Avalanche and Beam communities. They're going to be there at Gamescom, and may the best Gladiator duo win.
That is also awesome, and we have also Slayer in his house. If you're still there, Slayer, tell us more about what's going on with Gamescom and Wolves. I mean, as the Chief Operating Officer, we'd love to hear some of that. Do we have you, Slayer? Did you leave us, Slayer? We can
also went to get some water.
I think they both got up to buy swords because they saw things.
It's all your fault, Parkour.
Somebody bring me along as their service animal to get on the airplane, and I'd be more than happy to join you. Don't pet.
So people talk about NFTs and the real asset. You can see it, when Falker shows a sword and he's like, "This I can keep. This shows what a real NFT is."
It's amazing that the amount of things that we could be solving with Web3 gaming, like the ability to keep games on persistently, the ability to make sure that when the sequel comes out, everything you had in the first one is just as good to go. The ability to sort of like, people have been playing the same games for 20 years. They kind of forget this, that you've been playing GTA and GTA 2 and all the rest of it. You've probably played all of the Alien versus Predators, all of the Halos and all of these kind of things. People kind of forget that they are actually stuck in the same ecosystem for a long time, especially sports games. But why not make those things persistent? Why not make those things carry on? I still blame Ubisoft for making everyone hate Web3. I genuinely blame Ubisoft for that. I think as soon as they were like, yes, and we will do the Web3 crypto, everyone was like, this is shit. It's never going to work. Ubisoft like it. Anyone who touches crypto is now cursed, and anyone who even goes near crypto is going to be double cursed. So yeah, I blame Ubisoft for essentially destroying the entire crypto games industry before it even started. Opinions wise anyway. But yeah, there's so many good things coming at Gamescom, and we've got to get you CZ, Lightning Forge, Slayer, when you get back to get together and obviously hang out. We're definitely going to see you down there, and probably at the Marriott as well, which is kind of where everyone ends up. They go early to avoid disappointment of getting in. and then seeing all of the games people. But it's going to be really exciting, and there's going to be a lot of good stuff happening. And yeah, Grim, any thoughts? Any thoughts to sort of help us wrap up this amazing space?
Well, I think before we get to that, we need to do a rightful presentation of one of our newest team members, or like one of our like team members that really not newest, but really shines as part of Warp. And I will let you take lead on that to present, who he is and what he's doing at Warp. Justin.
We have Justin up on the stage.
Hello.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Loud and clear, brother.
He's on the Verse
Awesome.
Digital account.
There we go.
Yeah, so thanks for having me as well. Obviously, as you mentioned, I'm one of the newer members of Warp as Chief Publishing Officer. I've been advising Warp for the last 12 months or something like that, so I'm fully aware of everything and been involved in helping the team for a long time, and I'm really happy to be full-time now. And yeah, it's great to hear from the guys at the games that we've been working with and that we've signed. So I've been the one busy behind the scenes, working with the teams, discussing publishing deals, contracts, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm really happy to be going into Gamescom with all you guys, really, and it's been emotional. So yeah, I'm really pleased that you were here, that the games are with Warp, and I think all three of you, and we haven't talked about Call of the Void, obviously, Matt, yet either, but maybe stay tuned for that one later. But yeah, the things I would say, like for the teams that I particularly look for when we're talking to games is really like the people within the team itself as well. So, great teams, really strong creative visions, and like the ability to execute is really, really profound in these partners. But the games are genuinely fun and sticky. And they're games that we love playing as well. So it just all came together really, and it seems like a really good match. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to working hard for you guys and pushing your games forward and doing what we can to make them as successful as possible on Warp. So yeah, thanks for your putting your trust in us, and we won't let you down.
Well said.
That's really well said, and that's really sweet. And just a little bit of background about Justin is he's been a long sort of RuneScaper up there designing Combat Evolved, which much to Nock's chagrin and others. And he's done a spell as COO of Decentraland, and just generally been around in gaming for as long as the rest of us old gaming coots. But I'm just really absolutely amazed at the amount of games that Justin has actually contacted. I don't know, maybe if you can't necessarily share who, but can you just say about some of the volume of games that we've actually been getting through in just sort of the last couple of weeks, even for the assessment side? That would be, I think people would be really keen to know how many games are actually coming to us and speaking to us.
Yeah, so a lot basically. And it's been great. Like I'm having probably 6 meetings a day with different game companies, which is heaven for me. I'm probably enjoying that and meeting a lot of new teams, a lot of teams I've spoken to before. But yeah, we do have a vast list, and we also have a lot of people knocking at the door, and it's about weighing through them and making sure we make the right choices and we do right by them and us. So yeah, it's a very buoyant BD pipeline, and there's some really exciting things coming. Probably hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have some more announcements as well. There's some very exciting games that we're also talking to that's getting close to where something I could announce. I can't do it right now, but yeah, there's the future's bright.
And the other thing is that the future could be bright sometimes for games that we all know and love, and that we respect in the space. There's plenty of games that don't get enough love, and then sometimes don't make it. But we want to at least make sure that we've heard them out, and pretty much every studio that you've seen going through pain, we've talked to. I mean, we've talked to pretty much all of them. Some of them have found success, like Honeyland being bought out. Others have not necessarily. But there are any studio that's interested in the space, you can be sure that Warp has had a chat with them. And because we're always looking to save the best games, and recent announcements, some very well-loved games going to smaller sizes and things like that. We're always there to see what we can do to support and to help, because at the end of the day, if this space wins, we all win. And that's the joy of this. Align our incentives. Everyone makes money together. The games make money. And that comes back to the users, and that's why we share our nodes with our games, so that those will be essentially earning a huge percentage of our profit. And it could be that the node we give away in that tournament could be, if we ever get to the size of Tencent or something, this could be generating millions a year in itself, just one validator node. And of course, we have many. We have 3,000 to sell out, and it's getting really exciting. We're doing this with Ava Cloud, and it's the sales going live on the 31st. So some really exciting stuff coming. Join us at Gamescom if you can. Gamescom is going to be absolutely massive. I wish Slayer had been here and not getting water to pump how awesome the Wolves thing is going to be at Gamescom.
Oh, she's back. She emojis.
Slayer, come back. Tell us about Wolves. Tell us what's happening with Wolves.
What's up? Sorry, yeah, my ex was like rugging me badly. He said I was on, but then showed me on listeners. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I think I'm back now. Yeah, so Wolves is taking over Gamescom. So we're co-hosting an event with Polygon and Beamable on the Wednesday of Gamescom, which is going to be lit. We can drop the Luma link. I think we posted it in the Wolves account, so check there for the Luma link. Definitely apply for that.
You can pin it in the space if you like.
Let me find that. And then we are also, the Luma is not up for this yet, but we're planning something on Friday that we've announced with Neo Tokyo as well.
Oh my God. This is going to be exciting. Anything with anime is very exciting. We like that.
On that note, Matt, I think we need to invite all our amazing listeners to join us for carrying on this conversation over to our Discord, which is currently live, discord.gg/warpchain. Join there. It's open. Have fun with us. Talk about games, everything you enjoy.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely, it's crazy how exciting times are. Like, games are coming back. Good games are there. I've seen lists by people I respect that don't include terrible games anymore. I'm just shocked. I'm amazed. I'm literally on space with fun games that actually people care about. And it's exciting. It's really cool. Going into Gamescom and seeing what we can do in Web3 with our absolute crazed obsession with tech and AI and literally not taking no for an answer and doing the craziest stuff, even if we have to reuse Nintendo assets to do it. So, I mean, the future
MVP, baby.
The future is definitely multi-chain. The future is definitely AI related. I don't know if any of you had time to check out the OpenAI big announcement today. Any thoughts on this? Yes, it was good.
The main focus of the presentation is that they're leaning really hard in on coding. So they claim, obviously by their own benchmark standards, to have the new best coding model. And they brought on the CEO of Cursor to kind of walk through some of that as well.
That's basically destroyed all of your jobs.
Model. I may or may not know things.
Oh,
there's some crazy stuff they're doing on the API side as well. That if you're building on top of GPT is going to be very, very interesting and expensive, but interesting.
Fun. Those who have the money can at least code a SaaS startup to get them the money to afford the API. I would assume, or at least that's the goal for everyone. But I mean, as we know that AI is essentially eating the world, and AI games and things are going to be played for you, going to be watched for you. People are going to end up with their own AI companions. People are going to end up with their own AIs that are there to protect them from the other AIs of the bad people in the world. It's absolutely insane how far we've come in such a short time. And I'm really excited. The future of gaming is not bleak. The future of gaming is more creativity, more games, in fact. and allowing more people to make games. I literally had the experience with one of our clients of seeing someone who's loved games all their life and never coded, being able to vibe code a complete, with just a little bit of support from someone who knew what they were doing in Unity. Muggins here. We managed to get within a week a fantastic prototype that completely captured everything of an entire huge game that he wanted to build. So really, really exciting times. And
Building
with that,
experiences, man.
yeah, exactly.
That's what it
Building
is.
building
Right.
experiences and community.
Have you tried the Unity and Claude or Unity and ChatGPT link up? Dude, that shit,
yeah.
that is insane. Like,
it's fire, man.
it's
Like,
incredible.
I can make stuff in there that literally, if you told a very good dev team to do it in production code and do it in good, that would cost you 60 grand. It's insane. And it's going to get more insane. And that's why you've got to be ready for it, and you've got to be part of Warp. I'm just absolutely blown away by everyone here today. We've got some fantastic people in the audience. Big shout out to Sam, big shout out to Luke, big shout out to Ernscape, big shout out to Grouchy, Hannah, Varun, David, our ex-king, beloved Zaddy, and all the other millions and billions of people who are around for this. And I want to thank our guests personally. It's fantastic to share the stage with such amazing people, and to have Avalanche, to have Scale, to have DBA, to have LFG, the acronym games of the world coming together with all of the good shit in it. So happy days.
Exciting times ahead, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and
I really
see
think
you in Cologne soon enough. Well, actually, I think we'll see you next week for No Gap Gaming. Same time every week, 3 p.m. EST. So Thursdays. All
Next
good.
time.
Next
Have a
time,
great
play
one,
us
everyone.
out. Have a
Cheers,
good
everyone.
one. Cheers.
Take care.
Bye.
Love to you all.
LFG. Let's fucking go. Run, Susie, run.